everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. I have an art tips, tricks, and hacks video for you that I'm really excited about, but before I get into that, I did want to mention my website, CoreyFrankCreates.com. I recently did some updating on there, particularly to my About Corey page, and that has really become my landing page for keeping up to date with all the things I'm up to. So if you go to CoreyFrankCreates.com, click on the About Corey link on the main page, you will then be taken to a part on my website that has just a little info about me and then a link to my latest video. It also has a link to my art shop where you can find all kinds of cool products with my artwork printed on them. And then finally at the bottom of the page, it encourages you to sign up for my email newsletter because that's the other best way to stay up to date with what I'm doing. So that's at the bottom of the page. You would enter your info, click subscribe, and then check your inbox or junk spam folder for the confirmation link. Once you hit that confirmation link, you will get an email from me once a week. So again, CoreyFrankCreates.com, click on that About Corey page, and I'd also love it if you just explore the website. Okay, so today's art tips, tricks, and hacks video is one that I've been wanting to try for a while. I finally invested in some mica powder, cosmetic grade, so it can be used cosmetically, like topically on your skin, but it is also great for crafts and paint. So I went ahead and made my own metallic paint. Instead of buying your own set, you can just go ahead and make your own by adding metallic paint to any watercolor. You could try it with acrylic too, but since watercolor is my medium, that is what I tried it with. And it turned out quite well. It was a lot of fun. So just very quickly showing you what that looks like, and then I hope you go ahead and try it yourself. So here are all of the materials I'm going to use. I have this cosmetic grade mica powder, and it is just pure mica powder and titanium dioxide. And I did order that from Amazon. I will link it in the description. I have just a little plastic scoop to be able to scoop this mica powder out. I have just an empty plastic lid where I can mix my paint, obviously a paintbrush, and then some ultramarine blue. You can use any color, but this is actually a cheaper brand than I normally buy, so I figured I'd experiment with that. But I bet with even higher quality paints from a tube, you would get a really nice consistency. So I have that, and then finally a scratch paper to test it on. So I'm gonna open up this mica powder, and I'm only gonna need the tiniest bit, so I'm just barely dipping in, maybe a little more than that. So I've got a very small amount in there, and I'm just gonna go ahead and tap it into my lid here. And there's some that's fallen on the desk, that's okay. So now I'm gonna take my watercolor and squeeze some of the paint in there. I don't want a ton, I'm just gonna make up a small batch, and you can see how this is a lower quality paint because there's all that kind of gel stuff that came out with it. So with a higher quality watercolor, you should not get that. So there we go. Set this aside. Now I'm gonna go ahead, I do have a jar with water in it, so I'm gonna swirl my brush in there just a little bit to get it wet. And now I'm going to go ahead and mix this together. Now since that mica powder is a white silver color, it's gonna lighten your paint a little bit. So you're gonna get a lighter color than what you initially start out with. But we just want to mix it nice and thoroughly so that all the mica powder is in that paint. Okay, and now I'm gonna dip in the water just a little bit. Now we can paint on here. I'm really just making blobs and stuff, nothing too fancy. This isn't necessarily the right kind of brush to be doing like calligraphy with, but there you go, I kind of wrote my name. And if you get really close up on it, you can see that there is a metallic-y kind of effect. And I will show you when it dries as well. But that's the beauty of this. You can add it to any of your watercolors in any amount. So if you want just a very faint metallic look, just add a little bit. If you want it to look very metallic-y, then you will add a whole bunch. of the powder to make it have more of a metallic effect. Okay, so here it is dry, and you can tell I did a little more experimentation, did my signature again, added some more color. And this part is still slightly wet, like tacky to the touch, but I'm gonna hold it up close to the camera so you can see that kind of shimmery metallic-y effect. And I know the light glare can make it a little difficult to see, but I will also show you the paint itself. So see how it has now this like shiny metallic-y sheen to it? That is all just from the mica powder. And if you want it to be really shiny, you'll have more of the powder, a higher ratio of powder to paint. And go ahead and experiment with it with different colors. You could get a really beautiful kind of metallic gold with this. Maybe a silver if you add it to black, and if you have a white watercolor, you could add those together. So really, really fun, a lot more affordable than investing in a set or a palette of metallic paints. So this huge thing of powder is going to last you such a long time, especially if you just mix up your own paints as you need them in very small batches. And yeah, it was a lot more affordable than investing in a whole set of metallic paints. So that's all there is to it. Thank you so much for watching that video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. Until my next video, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, God bless, and I'll see you soon.